I'd like to introduce to you guys Lori. She's a friend of mine. She's a civil engineer. She is currently in construction management and working to get stuff built in schools around the city. So I don't want to spoil any of your explanations. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Lori, and I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of what I do and how I got here. Well, just like you guys, in high school, I was in engineering programs for students, one of them being the robotics team. I love that program, and that's what led me to pursue engineering. So, I don't know if you guys might have heard that at first, robotics, we build the robot, we compete with schools, it was a lot of fun. So there's that was our robot, and that was our team, and we won several prizes. Awesome. Well, this is a school that helps you. Well, when you go to college, you have different types of groups that you can join, and there's the Association of Civil Engineers. There's Engineering Without Borders. I used to be Engineering Without Borders, and this is the Minority Scientists and Engineers. That's our group. And so, just a little bit about what civil engineering is. So civil has to do a lot with public. You have water, you have dams, bridges, buildings, or anything that's static, that doesn't move, like structures, things like that. I'm going to go a little bit into what the sub-divisions are of civil engineering, because it's a very broad, and people sometimes get confused as to what is civil engineering. It's a lot of things. These are the subdivisions of what the civil engineering entails, and when you're in college, your curriculum has some school. Well, the schools they make sure you take all these classes or as much as you can. One of them being construction engineering. That's basically building. So you have the architects and engineers design the blueprint. What the construction engineering does is that they take it to the ground. So you have to be the middle person between the owner, the one who's paying you to build, and the designers, and also the people who are working on the field. You have subcontractors, you have laborers, you have suppliers, and whatnot. And you have to, well, that's what I do, so that's why I'm talking a lot about this. You have to make sure that you give the project on time and on budget. So that's an everyday task that we do. Then there's environmental engineering. That has to do with cleaning up soils, water. Geotechnical engineering is all about soils and about the strength of the soils. You have different types of soils. When there's like an earthquake, you build this different way a house, like the foundation. So that might get in the way of that. Hydraulic engineering, water, dams, water systems. Material sciences, we have different materials like cement, steel, polymers that have different properties. So that's the study of that. Structural engineering, structure, bridges. There's buildings that are, the skeleton of a building is made by steel. So you have to, this is a very complicated subject. There's a lot of physics going on, static. Surveying, that's basically, I don't know if you guys might see on the streets, you have these tripods and they measure the elevation, the distance between points. Sometimes people like to put this by themselves, the outside engineering, but this is one of the classes I took in college. And there's transportation engineering, the design of streets, roads, signs. The reason why there's lines on the side, there's lines in the middle, the curve of the street, you study that. And you study traffic, what's the timing of the traffic light, things like that. So that's our class. See, one of our structural engineering classes, we built a bridge, and I don't know why we're doing that, but so that's our team. We had competitions when we were in school about which bridge holds the most weight. So that's us, we built the bridge. And we weld and everything. And before you put that into the build, you have software that you use to design, like the forces that go here, 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 here. You all see that in a computer, and that's you get to learn a lot of different softwares to use on structural, water, hydraulics, AutoCAD. While I was in school, I joined Engineer Without Borders. That basically took my whole school career for 4 years. We installed portable water systems in Honduras. And that is what made me become a civil engineer. So that's a tank. It's a gravity-based system. It's in a community that don't have electricity or potable water. People are very poor. Kids under 5 years old died, many of them. And so we go and we design, and that's our team. That's us. So for this, we got different grants with the National Science Foundation and the Environmental Protection Agency. You write grants. That's us giving them talks about how to use the system. That's them as surveying. Now, English is my, Spanish is my first language. So in Honduras, I was the translator at the beginning. I didn't know anything about design. And I was surveying the people, how would it help you, to have a water system and whatnot, because we needed to have that to put on grants. So, because engineering is one thing, but for the rest of the world to give you money, you have to put it in words that they understand. Like, this is going to help this many people, and that, like, a lot of people from outside, they won't look into the details of your design, but more of an impact that you have. So, that was the reason for the community side of it. That's a little gift we got from them, a painting after the system was done. It was nice. And you go to places like this and survey and test the water quality and lay out pipes. Now, construction engineering, I already explained a little bit of what that is. While I was still part of that group, that was my first design of a community center in Honduras. And it is very interesting because, well, in the United States, in order for you to design, to draw something, you need to become a professional engineer. And for that, it's a process. All different engineering fields have that PE, that's professional engineering, but for civil engineering, you have to do it. And for this one, I was just a student, and I did it in Honduras, so that was a good opportunity. Now, to get a professional engineer, on your junior year of college, you take this Fundamentals of Engineering exam. If you pass, then for 5 years that you working experience under a professional engineer, then you will take another test with PE, and then you can draw and put your stamp in. So that's a community center under construction. We also did a side project of planting coffee trees. That's two guys. That was another work that we did with the New Orleans when Katrina hurricane came in. And that's President Clinton acknowledging our project. It's so many really nice things to do in college. You explore what you want, and that is a really good idea because you learn things in class, but you get inspired by what you do as your curricular activities. It gives meaning to what you do in the classroom. So that's why it's great that you guys are programs like it. That's my job, my previous job, and the construction side. I don't drive that thing. I just coach with it. Well, my first job in construction management was in Salisman Contracting, and we built 3 apartment buildings for low-income housing. So that's one of them. And we also renovated theater. It's located in Brooklyn. This was a 1920 amphitheater that was very run down. That's what the outside looks, that's the inside. We basically fixed all the facade, we took everything that was inside, took it out, and we made it into a school, a charter school. And then at the first floor, you have a commercial center. So it became this in about 2 years. That's the school. That's the inside of the school. Now, this is what I do now. I'm working with this general contractor called the Urban Group, and we do renovations with public schools. We work for, our client is the School Construction Authority. So, this is one of the projects I'm working on. is a renovation of 3 bathrooms in one of the schools in Brooklyn. There's other projects that our company is doing that has to do with exterior work, parapets. A couple of schools that were affected with Sandy, we had to do water proofing the foundations and fixing the roofs and whatnot. So there's a lot of work on schools now. That's great. Everybody do the walls. And it's looking almost finished, so it's nice. And that's about it. Any questions? Yes.
Well, how did you go from being in like the robotics team in school to something more different?
Very different. Well, I was inspired by engineering without water. That's basically what it means to civil engineering. I wanted to help people, like civil community, and I like working with my hands and seeing things, bigger objects. For example, like I was having trouble with the physics and electromagnetics class because you have these things that you don't see with the naked eye. But for example, other classes like structures or statics, you can see it. You can have this here, and I'm like, well, this. I like working, like putting my hands in there. But it's mostly EWB, engineering without water.
Is the main part of your job actually like designing these things, or is it making sure that that design actually happens?
It's making sure that what that design happens. It's not design. I used to work for a little bit for a structural engineering company that it was designing. Oh, in that time I was on the desk drawings, calculating, putting things into the software. Right now, it's very, my job is very dynamic. I'm in the computer sending emails, meeting people, calling people. I basically just push people to do their work. That's it.
So, how did you go from being like, was it very difficult for you to like develop your career like after college? Like, how did you go from like a student that just graduated into like management and stuff?
Well, it's a good idea to start young and explore what you want, and also keep in touch with the connections you had before. What helped me a lot was that in one of the high school programs I was at, it was the architecture, construction, engineering. I had a lot of mentors that worked with companies on my field, and one of them happened to be an alumni from my school, and he happened to be the VP of Turner Construction. That was one of the biggest construction companies in the U.S. So when I was in school, he knew me ever since high school. I got an internship. So it's good to make connections, and that helps you later on. You never know. I would have never thought I would even go to construction, but that actually helped me later on, just to keep in touch with them. And transitioning to work, it is a little challenging because my first company, right? I was an assistant. I was helping out. I was learning, and well, it was nice that they decided to invest in me. But after a year, you're so comfortable with it that they'll continue teaching you that your own company, they will send you to workshops, they will send you to get certificates for this. My company has sent me to do a bunch of certificates with OSHA, safety, fire, safety management. So they will invest the time in you, knowing that you have potential, that you have done well in school, knowing that you have participated in different like extracurriculars, yeah. And then that's it.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Sorry.
Yes.
Did you at all have like an interest in hardware before when you were like a child?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's where it comes from.
Yes, when I was like 5 years old, I loved playing in the mud and with little blocks, and it was a very different childhood. My sister would play with dolls, and we liked to get her. No, I like to like do like rocks and building. I never, yeah, it kind of comes from that.
What do you want to do next
Next.
with your career?
Well, right now I'm looking into, I'm planning to work for Habitat of Humanity. I mean, what I'm talking about, EWB, that's basically something I wanted to do for the rest of my life, but it's a volunteer work and I want to earn money. So I never thought that service will be combined with engineering. And I was looking into a position in Colorado as director of construction, and it's a great salary. And I'll be working with an organization that helps people build houses. So I'll be doing engineering, construction, and helping people. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. So I'm looking into that to do next. Yes.
You said that you worked with design before. Which one do you find like better? Design, the way that you did in design or the way you do it now?
It depends on the individual. I'm not gonna tell you what is better because you could be really good at design, you could love design. I'm the type of person who design was good. You do a lot of design in school and a little bit when you're very little when you're trying to help us out with the work. But I find construction a little more entertaining. Construction can be anything. It could be stressful, it could be deadlines, it could be unimaginable, but it is never boring. We're not standing still at all. But some people find design really more enjoyable. Some people don't. I'm more of like an ongoing person, so maybe for me, just like coordinating that's better.
How big is your team or the people that you work with?
My company is considered a mid-sized company, steady, around 30 workers. Yeah.
Any more questions? No, nothing more? Well, Lori will be hanging out for a little while after we finish this talk. You can come up and ask her questions one-on-one. Other than that, let's give her a round of applause. So for the morning, guys, you're good to go. Afternoon.